Swindler drones include almost inflicted air accidents, been utilized as unpleasant arms, to supply drugs to prisoners, and to spy on human beings. So how can we struggle behind the summer? A packed bus ONE321 came during 100 FOOT, 30 METER, of calamity following faced a hum at 15, 500 FOOT. And the quantity of close misses of the kind has trebled above the recent 3-year, in 92 incidents informed recent year in the UK. Many decades were confidential as comprising a severe opportunity of a clash. We are vision and growth in informed incidents, says a representative for the UK's Civilian Aircraft Credibility, CAA. A lot tend to be off of the aeroport, but several are really shut, and we see them especially about London. Drones are as well creature utilized by as-called Muslim country in Syria and Iraq as unpleasant arms. On one event, a little quantity of drones transport brush grenades were capable to get out an whole Rusky arms warehouse. So which can be made to hinder drones of flyer places they really t. Several companies, consisting DropTech, OpenWorks Mechanical Engineering, and Drone Defense include advanced brush-held or arm-mounted guns how flame a net to pitfall a suspicion hum. They've already been utilized to defend heads of country on overseas visits and some eminent at world meetings. For example, DropTech's kit was utilized to defend U.S. CEO Donald Trump card on an informal trip to Switzerland over the year, though the authorities wouldn't say if it saw any activity. OpenWorks has as well advanced and machine-installed gun how can identification, path and seize drones how fly during a forbidden region. Some safety firms include established NetSeize technology in interceptor missile drones how can castle on a Swindler hum and turn off it in medium air. The kind of framework was developed at the Winter Spartakiada in Southward Korea in February, and has been utilized by police force in Tokyo for the recent 3-year. But such a NetSeize guns are more than helpful if utilized in conjunction in some detect technologies. Over the summer, Southend Aeroport trialed a hum detect framework named Skyperion, advanced by the UK's Mestizo Space, that uses a conjunction of wireless rate detect and optics sensors to place unauthorized drones. This test was helpful, says Damon Cavalier, the aeroport's chief of air traffic services. This producer found a lot on the environmental they would include to job in, inquiring for a Wi-Fi alarm in an region house really hot in regulation of Wi-Fi utilize. In some speech, identification, a particular WF-Fi alarm upcoming of a hum and its control unit in an region packed complete of some Wi-Fi signals creature available by phones and wideband routers is no lightweight problem. Mestizo Space Lug Tony Bernal says, "We're looking at the protect of confidentiality and illicit and trouble drones about soccer stadia, sport events, piece of music venues and so at." Recent year, Les Nicoles Jail in Guernsey established a framework named Skyfence, advanced by technology firms Hum Defense and Blackout Digital Solutions. A episode of sensors about the periphery of the jail identification any inbound drones. One day warned to an violator, the framework fires up repeated wireless transmitters how radiate a alarm intended to suppress the Hum's wireless transmissions. The interruption the connect in the carrier and stops the Hum procedural action any future. And as largest drones are programs to back to their recent spot of monitoring if the alarm is loose, it gives law coercion a opportunity to path the Hum and track the carrier. But one issue in all these Hum detect and neutralization system is how they need a top standard of engineering competency on the portion of the carrier. External the war, the isn't ever lightweight to reach. Hum detect is a demand of lot agencies how can provide to include learned expert in expertise of these system, says Mr. Bernal. They wish machine detect, and to do how as necessary a lot more than automate and insight to get a top standard of detect and a low standard of erroneous alarm. The reply, he says, is to both train the against drone framework with synthetic intellect, artificial intelligence. This AI is car training, learning the machine to find out quite love a humane does, he says. Enticing as it might be, citizen organizations aren't permitted just to fire downward trouble drones, in the UK at low. How's leftward to the war? Down. There's a lot of legislative issues, despite the risk of a hum breaking to the land and potential damaging someone, says Mr. Cavalier. For its portion, the production is making which it can. For sample, largest main hum manufacturers include geofencing, the capacity to recognize not-fly zones and escape them with a conjunction of GPS and regional wireless rate ID, LRFID, protection, such as Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Meantime, greater hum users are required to registry in the US, the UK and some countries. But no one of these measures is awfully difficult to circumvent. Instead of, governments about the planet are examining if to enable against drone system to be established more than wide, not just at imprisonment and airports, but as well at big social events. Go in Swindler hum, yours period is up.